What's going on, everybody? Sean Pierce Johnson here with this edition of Stompbox Saturday, and I'm very excited to bring you the JHS Ryan Adams PAX Am VCR Volume Chorus Reverb pedal. Man, this thing is like 80s in a box. The throwback to VHS tapes and virtual reality and everything that was cool about the late 80s and early 90s, I am all about on this pedal. And the best part about this pedal is how stupid simple it is to dial in a good sound. 3 knobs, 3 on-off switches, and your stomp switch. So of course, obviously, turn it on and on with your foot. You have 1 knob for a volume boost, 1 knob for your chorus, and 1 knob for your reverb. And each of those effects can be turned on or off with the little toggle switch under each knob. So you could have volume, chorus, reverb, you could have chorus reverb, you could have just reverb, or any combination of those 3 effects that you could possibly think of. Now, the cool thing with this pedal is because all those effects are contained in one box, it's forced me to do things with a boost and a chorus that I've never done, because typically I like reverbs in the effects loop. But what you heard at the top of the video was running this pedal into the front end of the amp on a clean setting. So here's the clean tone that I was playing with at the top. And all that distortion was generated from the boost. But I also got to try the boost and the chorus in the effects loop. So a little later on in this video, we'll switch to another guitar and we'll put the VCR in the effects loop. But let's just see how much range there is to these effects. We'll start with all knobs at noon and go through each effect so that we can see just how much we're working with here. For the first part, I'm going to be using my Ramos Guitars Kevstar Deluxe, custom telly style with single coil pickups wound by the luthier himself, and the clean tone is this. Let's start with the boost. Fair amount of boost already. Wow, that's driving a clean amp into distortion, not only massively, but doing it well. It depends on the kind of boost circuit that you put into a clean amp. Sometimes it doesn't distort the amp's front end in a very musical way. But I like this one a lot. Let's check out the chorus. Very lush and gets kind of seasick pretty quick once you get to the upper reach of the knob. Now let's check out this reverb, which is based on a hall reverb, one of my favorite reverb types. There's a lot of range to that reverb. It's very well tuned. I really like the preset decay on it. It's just the right amount of decay that I like, and I do love the fact that it's just one knob. I don't really need much else when it comes to a good reverb. So now that we've seen what exactly we're working with, let's see what kind of combinations we could come up with in the front end of the amplifier with the VCR. For this setting, I'm using just the volume and the reverb, so VR, virtual reality. Anyway, just using the volume boost for a little bit more output and to add a little life to some low output pickups, but also using a good amount of reverb so that I can just really get into the expressiveness of playing and really immerse myself in what I'm playing. Let's add in a little bit of that chorus. We'll go for a slower rate. Now with this setting, I'm going to be using the volume boost again just to give things a little kick in the pants. But I've nixed the reverb and I'm just really using this for the chorus. The way that I have it set is going to lend a really cool warble and motion to some arpeggiated patterns. So this is my favorite way to use the VCR into the front end of the amplifier. We are slamming it full on with the volume boost, just a hair of reverb, just for some dimension, and a slow chorus that's subtle. For some reason, this sound with this guitar into that amplifier, it makes me want to play rhythm guitar all day. I've switched to the main Les Paul, and we are running the VCR into the effects loop of my Reverb 100, which is where I like it, especially for the reverb. This is probably the simplest reverb pedal on the market right now. One knob and it already sounds good. Psh, I'm in. Seriously, it sounds really nice, and it's very expressive and very dynamic. I'll show you what I mean. First I'll take it off, and you will hear my crunchy tone without the reverb, and then I'll kick it on. So I'm back to running just the volume and the reverb on the VCR. Now running a volume boost into the effects loop is going to give us an overall level boost, which I kind of like and I've not really done before. I like the sound that I have already that I use for rhythm and lead, but sometimes when I need to take a solo, I just need to bump up the level just a little bit to get over the mix of the band. And I think I've got something that works quite nicely for that. There you have it, my friends. That is the VCR from JHS Pedals and Ryan Adams. The thing I love about this pedal is it is just so stupid easy, and it sounds good too. The boost has so much to it that you can drive a clean amp into distortion and it sounds musical and pleasing to the ear. That's just not something you find with most one knob boosts. The chorus, nice and lush. It's like the 80s in one knob. Perfect. And the reverb, I love it. It's probably one of my favorite simple reverbs on the market today. I guess the only problem with this pedal is figuring out what combination of the effects and where you want to set the dials and how you want to use it. But I am very excited to have it. I am very excited to be playing with it, and I am really enjoying my time with it. But that's just my opinion. And I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Be sure you click that subscribe button so you don't miss the next episode of Stompbox Saturday. And until then, my friends, I'm Sean Pierce Johnson, and I wish you all great tone and happy stomping. Cheers.